Hey there, Riverika here, reporting for duty on a trigger. Thank you so much for shuffling states of emergency into adoption spirit with me and steering clear of danger. Heartily, we are grateful. In this session, we are going to see what February has to tell us, February 2023. But before we begin, some disclaimers. I am not a doctor, a lawyer, a therapist. I'm a fortune teller. So what I offer is no substitute for their services. Furthermore, what I share does not determine your future. Only you, your actions, and your intentions do. So please use your gift of discernment before deciding what to gather and take away. And of course, take only what resonates and blow like a kiss the rest back to the universe for cosmic composting. And this reading is for fun and games, for shits and giggles, for entertainment, for flexing our heart, mind, soul, spirit, and intuition. And let me introduce our helpers today. I have lit candles for Source, Mother Earth, Father Sky, the homeless, those that kick them out of the home, the neighbors, the passers-by, harmony, unity, and balance, Archangel Zadkiel, the Archangel of Thursday, and I've also lit a candle for our ancestors here in the highest love and light, and those who have crossed over to Father Sky by suicide, and their family and friends they left behind on Mother Earth, as well as the war-torn families, nations, and galaxies. And we thank Source for helping us all adopt success, transmuting these violent cycles into love. Heartily, we are grateful. And we also have my wooden dice, my wooden dagger wands. And you remember that wood, it buoys the spirit, so that is so enjoyable to have around. And we also have some lovely garnet. And I have two of almost everything to honor the February read about love and partnerships and duality. Maybe it's loving the masculine and feminine within yourself. Maybe you're partnering up with somebody. Maybe you are already in a relationship. But I thought it would be fun to bring out the doubles. So let's see, what else do I have to tell you? This reading at the most may assist you, and at the least it won't harm you. That is my hope and intention. And here on the first deck of cards we have ammonite covered with hematite. So this beautiful fossil shell. And there's two. And they're just a little different. And these are the Paragrams by Paramahansa Yogananda. Some of you are familiar with the Self-Realization Fellowship and Autobiography of a Yogi. And these are beautiful desert roses. They are a version of selenite, which helps clear the space, and so much more. But I shall let you check 4 or 5 or 6 different sites for yourself to see what resonates with you about the metaphysical properties of all of these items. And this is the Tree Angel Oracle deck, The Ancient Path, into the Sacred Grove by Fred Hageneter and An Heng. And I forgot to mention these ammonites. You can see the spiral that is in them, and so that is helpful for when we are thinking about evolving a part of ourselves, perhaps a lower octave part of ourselves into a higher octave part of ourselves. And you may enjoy looking up the Fibonacci sequence, I believe it's called, to see more about that, to understand more about that. And these garnets are wonderful for grounding in your Muladhara chakra, your root chakra that keeps you grounded on this earth plane and feeling stable and solid. And then we have this beautiful rose quartz that I just pulled off of the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle by Lon. And this rose quartz is for love, unconditional love. And then on the Cosmic Dancer Oracle deck by Sedona Soulfire and Tess Whitehurst, we have this angelite to assist our angels who are here with us today, helping us hold this space and work our magic and our medicine. Miracles beyond belief, help us tap into our gifts. And then we have some yummy purple onyx that I just pulled off of the Cali Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild and illustrated by Jimmy Morton, I do believe his name is. And I'll leave all of these decks and their authors and illustrators, as well as the crystals and the other tools, in the description box. The description. And then we have The Living Altar by Kiki Robinson and Ilva de Roma Marzana Radzesuski. And some malachite, some yummy malachite. And this malachite is a heart chakra stone and offers protection. It's also got some copper in it, so it's recalling Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, who that is Archangel Gabriel's metal of choice, but quadruple check me. And I'm sorry I forgot to mention that purple onyx that I was holding up is wonderful also for protection. But again, quadruple check 4 or 5 or 6 different sites to see the metaphysical properties of all of these, to see what resonates with you, because we are all different psychosocial science experiments. And before we get into this, I would like to sage the space, and I cleared the space before I began and meditated on our cards, but this is just a little extra, so thank you for joining me and holding the intention of love. And only love we shall see. Thank you. Heartily, we are grateful. Thank you so much. And we are also going to ring this brass bell and say the bell mantra from Thich Nhat Hanh. So please be cautioned, as there is going to be a ringing, and I don't want to hurt your eardrums. So here we go. Mind, body, speech, in perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Om. Peace. Shanti. Thank you. So, February 2023. What does February have to tell us? Here we have deck number 1, the paragrams, and then deck number 2, the Tree Angel Oracle, deck number 3, the Sacred Geometry Activation Oracle, deck number 4, the Cosmic Dancer Oracle, deck number 5, the Kali Oracle, and deck number 6, the Living Altar, an oracle and spell deck for the Radical Witch. And we're going to roll the dice and see what we are going to, which deck we are going to hear from to help us hear what February has to say. Thank you so much, Source, for guiding this reading in the highest love and light and helping us understand what February has to tell us. Heartily, we are grateful. And we have number 1. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit Team. And number 1 invokes the Creator and puts our needs to a conclusion and puts ourselves first and helps us with these victim issues that have caused us to take on the energy of others or put others before us. So that is super sweet when we are talking about the month of February and what to expect, initiating and beginning a new way of being where we are really taking care of ourselves, because you know what they say, you can't love anybody else unless you love yourself first. And so here is that ammonite again. So lovely. And the hematite, it's another protective stone. I think this was dipped in hematite. There we are, the back sides. Thank you. So we'll put those right there for the moment. And we will shuffle this. Let's see what we have. February has to tell us in the highest love and light. And you are a whole, full, loving, spiritual being. And so am I. And we thank your Source, and Spirit Team, and angels, and galaxy guides, and ancestors, and saints and sages, and gods and goddesses, and universes here in the highest love and light, and mine as well. And we thank your Source, and we thank my Source for immediately shifting our situations into what they need to be, offering necessary insights, healing, acts of grace, protection. Heartily, we are grateful. Thank you so much for guiding this reading, Source, and letting us know what February has to share with us. And intuition came up. And I feel like this came up recently. Intuition is the discriminative faculty that enables you to decide which of 2 lines of reasoning is right. Perfect intuition makes you a master of all knowledge. Your will and intuition should go hand in hand. A person with a strong will usually has an active intuitional power. You should develop the latent intuitive faculty. It can grow only through meditation. Do not make unimportant things important, nor concentrate on trifles at the expense of vital matters, or you will hamper your progress. Impulsive actions that are not in keeping with one's real duties are undesirable. Let soul intuition guide your thinking, and then proceed confidently in any undertaking. So what a super sweet message from Paramahansa Yogananda and his paragrams. And I invite you to consider how to express in your culture soul, Soul. How would you express that in your culture? And perhaps leave your notions in the comments below this video. It's always interesting to hear this perspective of other people. And this intuition, this whole reading is geared to help flex your intuition. And so it was wonderful that Paramahansa Yogananda showed up for us today to remind us what February is trying to tell us about really exercising that power of intuition and to help you make decisions that are in your highest love and light, and to remind us that our will and intuition go together. And I wonder, we have all these conversations about free will, and I wonder, is our will really free when we are so bound by loss and trauma? And in my experience, I've seen that loss and trauma often prevents our free will from developing academically, culturally, linguistically, in the ways that we want. So I urge you to be super gentle on yourself, especially orphans and adoptees who are overcoming the loss. Maybe you're still in the fog. Maybe you're out of the fog and you have been part of the dismantling of the adoption fairy tales and rebuilding a new earth based on adoption realities. And of course, loss and trauma isn't just exclusive to the orphans and the adoptees. Loss and trauma, it does not discriminate. So I urge all of you who are taking this in to be super gentle on yourself and keep doing what you can to help you play through your loss and trauma. Keep playing those joy cards in your Stacked for Life Worth Living deck of cards. And when the loss cards come up, or the guilt and shame, or the rejection, or the mastery and control, you can flip them over and look at the other side and paint a pretty picture on the other side. That grief, that loss, maybe you have a whole pileup of losses. And so I invite you to take your time and space to play with those a little bit, explore them as you need to understand what it's all about, and then to flip those cards over and paint your masterpiece on the other side. So those are the messages that we have to share for you for this reading. Thank you so much for breathing life into adoption spirit magic with me. Heartily, we are grateful. Until next time, ciao for now. I love you all.